Toros I, also Thoros I, was the third lord of Armenian Cilicia, or Lord of the Mountains. His alliance with the leaders of the First Crusade helped him rule his feudal holdings with commanding authority. Thoros ejected the Byzantine garrisons from the fortifications at Anazarbus and Sis, making the latter his capital. He was plagued by the nomadic Turks who were harassing him from the north but were driven back. He avenged the death of King Gagik II by killing his assassins. This act of revenge was often used by chroniclers of the 12th century as direct evidence connecting the Ropenians to the Bagratid lineage. During his time he bestowed favors and gave gifts and money to many monasteries for the decoration and adornment, in particular those of Drazak and Mashgeva. His life. Thoros was the elder son of Constantine I, Lord of Armenian Cilicia. It is likely that his mother was the great-granddaughter of Bardis Phocas. Thoros succeeded his father and ruled from the fortresses of Vaca and Pardzepet. In 1107, encouraged by Tancred, Prince of Antioch, Thoros followed the course of the Pyramus River, and seized the strongholds of Anazarbus and Sis. Thoros extensively rebuilt the fortifications at both fortresses with tall circuit walls and massive round towers. In the south bailey of the castle at Anazarbus he commemorated his victories by constructing a 3-aisle, barrel-vaulted basilica, which he consecrated to St. Zorovakan, where he reportedly housed the ancestral treasures of King Gagik II. A beautifully executed dedicatory inscription on the church records his triumph, and most importantly traces his Rubenid genealogy. In 1108, Dafa, the leader of the nomadic Turks, invaded the province of Hassamanshur and ravaged the lands around Melitene. Thoros called for the help of Basilius the Crafty, an Armenian noble who governed possessions in the vicinity of Marash and Kesun. Basilius and his allies attacked Dafa and achieved a resounding victory near the castle of Harthan. Basilius nobly shared with Thoros the spoils which were taken from the Turks. In 1111, Sultan Malik Shah of Iconium entered Armenian territories, and Toros's 2 commanders were killed in battle. However, his brother, Levon, launched a savage attack against the Turks and drove them into retreat. Thoros, who had relentlessly pursued the murderers of King Gagik II, laid an ambush for them at their castle, Sisistra, in 1112. At an opportune time, his infantry surprised the garrison and occupied the castle, plundered and then took blood revenge by killing all its inhabitants. The 3 brothers were taken captive and forced to produce Gagik's kingly sword and his royal apparel taken at the time of the murder. One of the brothers was beaten to death by Thoros, who justified his brutal action by exclaiming that such monsters did not deserve to perish by the quick plunge of a dagger. In 1114, vassal Dgha invited Il-Bursaki to deliver the Armenians from the Franks. The Franks advanced to punish vassal Dgha, but they were unable to take his fortress capital at Raban. Nevertheless, he thought it wise to seek alliance with Thoros. Thoros, after inviting him to come to discuss a marriage alliance, imprisoned him and sold him to Count Baldwin II of Edessa in 1116. Having thus annexed Raban, Baldwin II of Edessa decided to suppress the remaining Armenian principalities in the Euphrates Valley. Thus Thoros soon found himself the only independent Armenian potentate that remained. In 1118, Thoros sent a contingent of troops under the command of his brother Levon to help Prince Roger of Antioch in the capture of Izaz. Thoros was buried in the monastery of Drazak. Marriage and children. The name of Toros's wife is not known. Constantine II of Cilicia. Ocean.